Hey, Hario337 here, and today I'm going to be talking about this, image that I found on the internet about the Nintendo Switch Mini that might be coming. Now, I found out about this through a video by Switchforce, so I'm going to leave a link in the description to that video, and it's on this, article on NeoGAF, and it seems really cool the way they put it, so basically, how it works is they basically made a smaller version. It's probably about PS Vita size, and it's basically a smaller version of the Switch that's still compatible with anything, but they've kind of put the Joy-Cons as the same unit as the main Switch, with integrated controls, and what they're saying is this could be what the Nintendo Switch Mini could be. So basically what they're saying is the Nintendo Switch is big, right? It's pretty big, and the 3DS is probably going to die in a few years, or at least I'm thinking at least next year maybe. And they're thinking the Switch is pretty expensive, and some people can't really afford that much price. So Nintendo could make a smaller Switch, the Switch Mini, and it could look somewhat like this. Now, I think this is probably a pretty good idea. It looks pretty legit. They could have made it into a leak, Artsy Omni, and they could have made it look really nice, but and it looks really good the way they made it. It's got everything the way you'd expect a real Nintendo product to be. I'm expecting it to be PS Vita sized and stuff. They say it's gonna have a D-pad instead of these little buttons because the things on the controls aren't taken out, are able to be taken out, so they can put the D-pad on, since it's not gonna have sideways Joy-Con mode because they're not Joy-Cons. So since they have that capability, they've made it into a D-pad, so that's pretty nice. And the buttons and joysticks are a little bit outwards this time, instead of they're like the gamepad, instead of inline on the Switch, as you can see in the picture. They're like how the gamepad is, and the Xbox controller, any controller except for the Switch basically, and the Joy-Cons. So they made it like that, and it's basically just a portable only version of the Switch. They're saying that it would be I'm thinking they're saying it's gonna be sub $200, which is let's just say it's sub £200 for us British people, because it's hard to convert. Google, thanks. And they're saying it will not come with a dock, and there will not be any Joy-Cons, but they will be compatible with both of these things. So I'm thinking then they're just gonna they're thinking that they'll sell it on its own, just that thing. And who knows, maybe now that maybe if they do this, then they'll actually have a pack-in title. Who knows? It can't be 1-2 Switch, because 1-2 Switch needs Joy-Cons, but and apparently it could, the way it's say it could be compatible with the dock. I think maybe since the sticks could be a little bit too big, they could slim down the Switch and make them into PS Vita style sticks, sort of like a circle pad on the 3DS. And basically, yeah, that's what I was saying. So, yeah, it seems pretty good to me. It looks like basically just a cheaper version too. And there's an image down here that's different color options, which seem quite nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind a blue version. They could also do neon versions if they actually decide to do this, like neon red and blue, like the ones they've got now. Maybe even neon yellow, like the new ARMS Joy-Cons. Oh, James is here. 1 second. Let me just pause this. Yeah, so as I was saying, right, James is here, by the way, too. Say hello. Okay, he waved. I mean, I know you can't hear him, but he waved. Anyway, and so... No, James, be quiet now, okay. So, I think, like, the color options could make them a lot more, like, collectible. You know, like the 3DS's, how they're collectible? They could be a lot more like that with the Switch Mini. And, like, I'm thinking that could be really good, and yeah. The only other issue that I can really see with it is the, like, triggers on the back. They could be a little too, like, big to fit in the dock. Like, but I think they could probably slim it down, like, because I'm thinking it'll probably, like, fit in the dock so the sides aren't actually sticking out. So I'm thinking it'll probably just, like, they'll cut down the triggers and then they'll be a little small, but they'll probably be, like, a tiny bit bigger than the bumpers, but still, like, you know, smaller than the Joy-Cons triggers. That's what I'm thinking. And another thing I've just thought of is the screenshots resolution. I still think it's gonna be like 720p like all the others, because it's still like the 2DS can still take like 3D images even though it can't like display them. So I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like that, where it can still take the like 720p images even though it can't display it, because it can still go on the big screen. It just kind of is a little bit trickier. And Nintendo is actually selling the standalone dock on May 14th or 11th, or I forget. May 16th? No, that's James's birthday. Anyway, yeah, so that's my thoughts on this Nintendo Switch Mini thing. And yeah, I guess I'll see you later. Happy Easter. Bye. This is the end screen. There are end cards. You should click on them right now.